Make moves. You see him ducking out there when they go into the corners. He also made a very interesting point. He said,
I feel crash.
19's going to go around. He'll collect the one. The 22 of Logano also in it.
Stay up there. Lots of cars. Look at the 5 of Larson there.
McDowell comes back up in front. He'll tag another car. Kyle Larson in it also.
Big damage for the 3. It was interesting, guys. Like there was a wreck, and then it almost continued farther along than I expected with Larson in a couple.
Right there, the contact. And now Truex is along for the ride.
Yeah, Truex is out of the gas, uncomfortable. The 1 is just trying to wait on him to sort of gather it up and go. And eventually makes contact.
You see right here,
Martin's lifting right there. He's lifting. He's loose. The 1's like waiting, trying to say, go, come on, get it going. Eventually makes contact, and then everybody kind of piles in. Look at the 22 up in the air right there. And the 3 kind of goes out of sight, but man, he gets turned to the right.
You have to wonder also, guys, we're talking about Ross Chastain offsetting to the right.
Wow. Rick Ware Racing is an organization, you know, we don't talk a whole lot about. Joey Hand in the car at times, Priest in the car at times, doing a great job as we see the 43 takes the lead away from Cindric.
Oh, big wreck back behind. And there's the 15 involved. Ty Dillon in the 42 also involved.
24, Byron.
Brad Keselowski was having a good day. Bubba Wallace.
Oh, the 15 gets out of shape, out of the gas. Nobody has anywhere to go. I don't know if the 15 might have had a flat entering the corner. Looked like he was having some type of an issue and out of the throttle. And you could see him checking the back of the car. So watch the 15. He's lifting, wiggling, out of the throttle. And this is a super speedway type of event where if a guy's lifting like that, you've got nowhere to go. You see everybody piling in.
I see Todd Gilliland is having a good day early. He's got a little damage. That wiggle right there, and just Kyle Larson couldn't see that. He had no idea that problem was going on. Got in the back of Ty Dillon.
I was going to say, guys that were able to repair their cars. The 17 was in an accident much earlier on the backstretch. Different than our last yellow. Now he has another flat. Blew a right front, it sounds like. So you have to ask yourself, oh. I mean, you know, I say it looks like an easy hit. I don't think any of them are.
No, that you blow right front at Atlanta. It's not going to be an easy hit.
3 cars on the backstretch, got sideways, got into each other, had tire issues. BJ McLeod also is in it, as well as Chris Buescher.
Yeah, BJ just lost the car all on his own, and then just everybody else is behind him, nowhere to go. See the car step out.
What I'm trying to understand is that 78 has what's to me a broken right rear toe link. But I don't see it hit anything, Jeff, so I don't know if perhaps... I think a 17, Steve, hits him right here. Oh, okay, yeah, that might break the left rear loose, yeah, I could see that. Because I was trying to figure out how the car itself broke. Like, did it break? 20 cars going around down on the front straightaway. Ooh, this grass is wet.
Caution's out.
And Bell quickly getting onto pit road.
Looks like all tires are up, man. We'd heard from him that he was loose all race long. We saw a few moments earlier. Middle of turn 3 and 4. Back just steps out a little bit right there. And he did a great job. Look how long he dirt tracks this thing. Almost saved it right there, but it finally comes around.
And right here is where the track did the work. So you see the car just skipping across the grass rather than digging in and just ripping the nose off of it.
Caution is out, and you saw it a nonstop. The heavily damaged 18 of Kyle Busch was sideways. Also, Cody Ware got into the wall on the backstretch.
What happened? There's 3 cars in the frame. The 18's already sideways. Yeah, look at Steve. Look at the 51. So he's in. He comes around and crashes into the back straightaway wall. Look at the. That's just interesting. I didn't know how he got there from the apron. That makes 2 of us. Here we go. Yep. So he's loose. Whoa!
Right
back
there.
up the racetrack. 77 to Landon Castle's like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm getting out of here. Oh, the toe link I think might be broke. Well, guys, it doesn't matter what all the stretch. Oh, we got a little smoke there in the back. Car spinning out of control off of turn 2. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Briscoe all alone. Don't think anyone else was involved.
Here, no damage. Get it fired up. Roll when you can.
I don't know if he had a tire failure or what. May have just gotten loose. There's a smoke. I mean, you know, it's hard to say if the tire's up or not, but he's definitely kind of by himself spinning out. I mean, it looks like it would be maybe a soft tire or a flat tire, or he just loses it. Hard to say. Either way, yeah. A lot of damage to the bottom of that car, and at a track where, I mean, they're aero dependent everywhere with that diffuser. But maybe no more so. Are going to happen fast. Corey LaJoie to the top, getting a big push from this 19 car.
Pushing hard.
19 trying almost to the right rear quarter panel. He had a shot at it.
He was almost there.
Cautions come out on the backstretch.
Yeah, we got
Car down on the apron. Joey Logano, the 22.
I think we had a couple cars spin around. Seems like everybody's heading in the right direction, though.
And we'll have another restart. Got a left front down, as well as you see the 11. Denny Hamlin has damage to the
Denny
right.
Hamlin right there in the Coca-Cola number 11. It's like the 20 of Christopher Bell in the middle between the 22. They just come together. Not enough room for Christopher there to be in the middle. And turns both these guys in an outside wall. Get a run. What's he going to do? He doesn't go to the bottom. Enters low, moves up the racetrack. That sends Corey into the wall.
Kurt Busch.
Some hard licks right there. It's in the back of the 9, just barely right there, and up the racetrack, loose into the wall. Everybody just going for it, really, you know.
Yeah, they can make the move, right? 47 went around, thinking maybe another tire, I'm not sure.
Oh, and he gets piled into by Austin Cindric.
Yeah, the right rear was down. Right rear was on the wheel.
And a freaking tire go down again.
See what happens to Stenhouse here. 47.
Enters into turn 3, boom. You can see exactly the same situation that happened with the 8 of Tyler Reddick. The tire goes down. You can see the wheel digging into the racetrack, creating that streak.
Blaney got through. Kyle Larson got turned by Christopher Bell. The 20 is trying to avoid here. Or vice versa.
Or the end of Daytona.
Don't get out too far, Blaney.
Oh!
Into the wall, Larson and Hamlin.
It kind of goes back to what you're saying, Clint. There's so much drag in that 5 car. Pulling him back. I think Denny was just trying to push him. Almost the same situation as his teammate, Kirk. So he gets locked onto him right here. When he gets to the right rear, just push it. Finally gets down to the left rear. Yeah, he just...
Chase Elliott took a shot in the right door.
Right, and I'm wondering if that will hurt that toe link that we talk about on the right rear, because it hit him pretty solid in the right rear.
Maybe he got the door.
Hopefully.
I think he got the door of the 9.
Head.
Hendrick Motorsports engines have?
That's a very good question. I mean, I would think that... Oh! Leader's in the wall.
Easy, stay low.
And caution is out.
There, stay up. It's 10.
Goes into turn 1, gets into the banking.
Boom, goes down, round he goes. I don't know that car's tore up all that bad.
The only thing, you know, with the left front, with independent rear suspension, you do get that toe link. It bends really easy when you hit the right rear like that.
Boy, how lucky is that? All those
Rear tire and went around in mayhem.
He sure did, and just like the one of Ross Chastain right in front of the field.
Behind you, see Tyler Reddick in the outside. Right here, the car's going to wiggle. Looks to me like a right rear tire going down.
Corey LaJoie had a rough ride there. Kyle Larson got turned. Joey Logano was in it. Christopher Bell
Watch what this does, how everybody's scrambling for position, stacking everybody up.
The middle, lower.
His teammate.
Two cars hard in the wall, and Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch crash.
Stay up there.
Behind him, stacking up behind him.
Ty Dillon into the wall, and Chase Briscoe, last week's winner, spinning. 11, make his move.
Makes it really late.
I don't think it was as quick as Kyle Busch did. See, Austin Dillon was blocking a little bit, makes the move. Kyle Busch decides to go up top, gets to the bumper of the three, he gets loose.
Touched him. It looked like he got to the rear bumper of Austin Dillon and
Kyle
turned
Busch
him sideways.
He is second guessing that decision right now.
Yeah, I don't think he thought Denny was going to clear the three of Austin Dillon, so he didn't go with him.
All right, let's ride with Dillon.
Drop it inside. 18 sticking with us. Bottom's clear by one to the bottom.
Boy, he was just.
He didn't touch him,
I think he touched him, but it was barely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that
much.
would have gotten him loose, but it did. You see it start to bobble right there. Almost, maybe when Denny jumped up in front of him too, took a little bit of downforce away from the three. A few more cars in that inside lane pop down there. Oh, one in the wall.
And around goes Todd Gilliland.
Oh,
Cody Ware,
big
a
hit.
vicious hit to the inside wall with the left front. Caution is out with 25 laps to go, 10th caution of the day.
Trying to get up out of line.
Yeah, that thing.
You saw him get out of the gas. It was a tire down.
And then oh, okay. Cody had a little bit of help. Was that Biffle maybe behind him?
Yeah, he definitely got turned.
You can see the flame coming out of his pipes. He's up there all by himself. Starts to come around. Yeah, Biffle got into the back of Ware.
Somebody checked up in front of Cody. Just nowhere to go for those guys.
Man.
That is a vicious hit.
This one car, 4.
Byron, top to bottom, hugs that white line, drifts up and comes to the line. He wins it as Buescher, Haley have a hard crash into the wall. I believe that's Harrison Burton with them, at least 3 cars involved. As to the tail end of the lead lap, and Ross Chastain will finish second.
And that's where the contact happened with Chris Buescher in the 99 of Suarez, and then it was an accordion effect behind him with Haley and Bubba Wallace.
And you saw Ryan Blaney run out of luck again, got tipped up into the wall. He will end up 18th today.
Oh, a big hit by Bubba Wallace. You hit with that passenger side, driver side, even with the safer barrier, that is a big impact. So you see Chris Buescher goes to the inside, but he's got Haley on the inside of him.
Wasn't quite clear.
No, just 3 wide.
And Daniel Suarez coming down as that track, just that little curve there after the start finish line took those 3 cars out of play after the flag. I don't want to do this, but we're going to run right about. Oh, trouble.
Bubba Wallace in the wall. Way too early for this. 10 laps in.
Happened midway down the back straightaway. First caution of the day.
It's like he got loose on the outside of Kyle Busch. Don't really know why. The outcome is he's loose and in the wall in the backstretch off of 2.
Wallace was running 19th.
Yeah, all by himself. And early in the race like that, he probably knew before that instant that he was loose and was probably having to guard him.
Crash, Kyle Larson. Caution. Lap 209. And Eric 1-2. Here's a look at it.
Blew a tire. You heard Larry tell us 45 laps on them tires. Long ways to go. The only ones that stayed out. Blew a right rear tire right in front of the field. Took out Larson.
Those were 72 lap tires on Almirola's car.
of how you can't sit there and wait any longer to the end of the race to start working your way up there and trying to establish that track position. You got to go now.
I want to hear Tim Fedewa. Let's. Whoa! He got turned by Chastain, and around they go.
Your brakes.
Kyle Busch is around.
Josh Berry, Busher into the wall. Josh Berry, a lot of damage on the front of the 9. That's all it took. We were just fixing to say, let's listen in to Tim Fedewa, talking into this blocking situation. Yeah. It wasn't on his left rear, though. Kind of moved across the rear bumper, I will say that.
He did a good. He closed in at such a high rate going into turn 1. It wasn't like he just went in there and drove into the back of the 4 car. He got it woed down, but he was there and trying to give that push. And it just, like you said, he started on the right side, and then as it moved to the left side, that's when the car switched.
I think that's just aggression picking up. And as he did, I think his thought was right. Got on the right rear. I don't think it obviously wasn't intentional. And when he got to him with that head of steam, it got Kevin starting to get sideways, and by the time it was all said and done, now you're on his left rear, Tony, and where you really don't want to be, and look at the disaster.
All right, here's the Advent Health Cam and radio in Ross Chastain's car.
Coming up on 14 laps to go, Corey LaJoie running in the 2nd position.
Truex back to the bottom.
Oh! The 11 sideways. Can he hang on to it? They wreck.
Lock her down here. Lock her down. Get
And the
everyone
caution will come out. There'll be another restart.
Brad Keselowski down there in the grass.
Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down, lock it down.
Chastain just up the racetrack into the back, into the quarter panel of Hamlin.
So this is the frustration I think drivers have with Ross Chastain. When you interview him, he talks about how he's going to try to do it differently and race differently, and then here we are. He just climbs the banking. I'm sure his car is probably not handling as he had hoped, but his contact spins Denny Hamlin out.
I'm with you, Steve. You got a gas pedal in there. Chastain is going to
position.
Big run right here by the 8. Didn't really have anything he could do with it. Brad Keselowski on the bottom.
Oh, the 8. A right rear tire goes down on that car.
Bowman around. They come up on 1 lap to go in stage 2. And the caution will come out. The stage will end under caution.
Rich, I don't know if that's contributing. Something to keep in mind, though, is it's obvious a flat right rear tire in the 48.
He goes around. Chase Elliott sweeps the stages at Atlanta.